Hello, my name is Shaloxi Mendez, and welcome to the last part of Sweden. So in this PowerPoint, I will talk about the masculinity, femininity, and the proxemics, the superstitions and customs, and the worst times to travel within the country. So masculinity, femininity, what score did Sweden receive in the masculinity dimensions? So they received a low score of a 5, indicating it's a feminine society. They care about others within the workforce and within the household. They're well known for having their family there, and family matters a lot. The quality of life within the workforce, they want to be sure that they're giving their employees their vacation, and also breaks. They take breaks very seriously within the workplace in Sweden. When compromising in negotiation and decision making, everyone's opinion matters there. It does not matter how long the decision might take. If it might take weeks, they want to be sure that everybody's employee is heard and that everyone had put an input into the decision making, and that they all compromise with it and they all agree with it. So the legume effect, so what does that mean? It stands for it's not too much, not too little, not too noticeable, everything is in moderation. Everyone's able to have enough and nobody goes without anything. So for example, in the workforce, employee is not doing all the workload while the other one is. So it's a balance between one of them. So within the legume, it's enforced by society as a gente law, which it keeps people in the place all the time. So in the proxemics, in personal space, you've heard the term, you're invading my personal bubble. They take that very seriously over there. So whenever you're getting into an elevator with someone, you do not associate with them, you do not say hello to them, you go on with your life individually. As well as if you're having a conversation over there in Sweden with someone, you're having a conversation with them within the arm's length. So you're not invading their personal space and vice versa. When it comes to physical contact, and over there in Sweden, and embrace in public, they'll put their arm around another. However, this has gradually changed within the time, and people are becoming more casual with it. As well as touching during the conversation, such as hand or arm or elbow. It's not very uncommon among friends and family, but within strangers, it's a no. So whenever you're greeting someone over there, if you go to the business workforce, you want to be sure that you give them a firm handshake and that you make direct eye contact with the person that you are talking to. You also want to be sure that if you're invited over there to an event, whenever entering and leaving the social setting, that you are greeting them and that you're telling them goodbye to everyone in there, because that's a sign that you're acknowledging them and then you're letting them know that they're there. Some of the superstitions, so heather flowers, it is not very common to have them in your household because this indicates it brings death. So this is pretty interesting. If you're over there in Sweden and you put your keys on the dining table, it's a sign of disrespect to them, because back in the old days, it used to say that the prostitutes would put the keys on the dining table to indicate their availability. So it's a sign of disrespect to over there in Sweden. So whenever a piece of cake, and you receive it and a cake falls to the side as you're receiving it, this indicates that you will never get married. So some of the customs there, when closing a business deal, it is very appropriate to give a gift to your associate. Some of the gifts that you're able to give to them might be books from your home country or dress accessories. They very prefer liquor because of the fact that it's super expensive over there in Sweden. So more than anything, they prefer liquor from all over the world. Whenever they're receiving a gift, that will open right there in front of you immediately. If also your business associate invites you to their home, you have to be sure that you bring a gift for their wife and their children, and anyone there living in the household. It's a sign of respect. Whenever you're giving them thank you cards, you want to be sure to send them a holiday card if you're a year within making business with your associate. Some of the gifts not to gift will be if you send a gift first. It is a sign of like disrespect. You want to be sure that you wait for them to send you a gift first. So whenever you do receive that gift, you do not try to one up the gift. It's send something that will be comparable to the same gift that they sent you. Try to avoid white lilies because it associates with funerals. Red roses, it indicates like a romantic intention. And bring odd number of flowers, because if you bring a dozen roses, it's a sign of like disrespect. It's a European way of thinking. And in Sweden, do not gift something that can be easily purchased in Sweden. So some of the worst times to travel in Sweden will be between the months of January and March. The temperatures in Sweden are very high and very cold over there, and sometimes can be below freezing. It indicates a lot of snow. Some of the airplanes are delayed because of the amount of snow that's there. Some of the business partners end up getting stuck there due to the weather. So in this graph, it shows the average temperature which within a year. So for example, this was the year of 2021, and indicate like the amount of temperature to receive between the whole year. As you can see, the below, sometimes it can be below freezing, but within this year, the lowest, it was like 22 degrees Fahrenheit. And that is a glimpse of the heart of Sweden. Overall, Sweden is a very well-known country to be very feminist and very equal with everyone. They're very welcoming, and that is the home country of Sweden. Thank you so much for watching.